Oh, there it is.
I'll just sit really still and they'll think their computer froze. Are we live?
We're live.
We are live with Divine Threat. Thanks for coming, guys,
Yep. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
via the old interweb. Here with Bobby in person, in the flesh.
What's up?
He's also
What's up,
our
Bobby?
engineer. He's also our engineer and our
Bobby.
producer, PR assistant, whatever. He wears all the hats.
Y'all got like a screen up on the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a green screen.
Oh.
That's
We
sick.
had Lethal Injection on. There's these they're Juggalo rappers, and they do their own graphics, and we were able to put their graphic up, and it looks
That's
really
sick.
cool. It's just green here. It's kind of
Yeah.
lame.
Yeah, it's
but
probably green for you guys, but we've got the logo up.
Oh, I see the logo.
Yeah,
Looks
That's
nice
the
and
logo.
shiny.
It's a shirt, so it's just like a head floating here.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Sick.
hey, whoever wants to start, man, tell us a little about what you do, what instrument you play.
Word. I'll go first. Dristan, I do vocals and guitar, and that's about what I do is I play music. Big fan of Pantera, Silosis, and yeah. Codith?
I'm Cody. I play drums. That's mostly it. You know, just make a lot of noise, buy too much gear, carry around a huge kit, big Avenged Sevenfold fan.
Oh, nice.
Pretty much the story.
Yeah, typical
Yeah.
drummer.
Yep.
He's worse than the typical drummer because his kit is like from the 80s, as someone said before, the Polish ostrich, right?
Yeah. I was carrying it up on stage, and the guy's like, "The '80s called. They want the drum kit back."
His kid is huge.
Is it? It's
Yeah.
like the
Massive.
guy from Rush big.
It's
not quite that
gotta be
big.
Close.
Yeah.
What is it? Neil Peart.
Yeah.
Peart?
Yeah.
Neil Peart, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got 8 drums, 12 cymbals. It's not super terrible.
Well, that's not bad.
12 samples.
Well, the bands that I've always run around with, it's like the drummer with the most stuff is like usually the guy that is like the best at setting it up. Like when I played with Randy Bernardo, he had a good bit of stuff, man. And to me, it just looked like a clusterfuck.
Right.
But he would throw that stuff, and like they know, you know what I mean. It don't take long for them.
Right, yeah.
Like a jigsaw puzzle for a singer or guitar player.
Yeah. Pretty,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Bobby, you do
Yeah.
something different in this band.
Yep, I do something different in this band. I play guitar, rhythm guitar, maybe some backup vocals. But
Yep.
yeah. Yeah. Big fan of riffs, Silosis, Metallica, Pantera, Crowbar, all the good stuff. All the good stuff.
Nice.
Hey, he might be doing some lead vocals too in the future. He doesn't want to say it, but
Doing
he
some
might be
lead
taking up the front
vocals.
mic.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a fucking break on stage,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. That's my job is to give Drift a break.
Yeah.
Gonna make Bobby play the throat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Play the throat.
That's what Colin always says.
So where are you guys based out of? I know Bobby's local, but where are you guys based out of?
We always kind of said Norwalk, Ohio, but we're a little spread out now. So, Cody, you're in where are you
Like
at?
New London, Fitchville area,
New London. I'm in
middle
Huron.
of nowhere.
Josh, who is not present today, he's in Norwalk, and then now we got Bobby down in. Is it Coshocton?
Yeah.
Shock.
And
Yeah.
you pronounced it right. That's
Hey.
crazy.
It's good.
Isn't it funny when
Yeah.
people stumble over that?
Every time.
But then we have towns like Janaden, Hutton.
Yeah, that's pretty
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that was a drunk Indian or something to come up with that one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but-
what
go ahead.
would you say describes your style? What would people expect if they've never heard you?
A lot of comparisons are usually like Lamb of God because of the vocals and we're tuned a little higher. I mean, we play in D standard, but Lamb of God was like drop D a lot of the times, which is, basically the same thing. Everything's kind of sitting around D. So I think that's one of the reasons we always get compared to Lamb of God and the vocals. Lamb of God, you hear Metallica usually a lot. Definitely Silos' comparisons because they're a huge influence. A little Pantera every now and then, but I would just say we're a metal band because we got a lot of there's a lot of different subgenres within what we play. So yeah, I don't really ever know how to describe it honestly when people ask. I just say like a modern traditional metal band. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Right.
just straight up metal, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not thrash, it's not death metal, it's not.
Swedish black death metal.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's black and Swedish death metal.
Right.
Black and
Yeah, it's
blue
just metal.
cheese death metal.
Yeah, it's
It's a little bitter.
Parmesan death metal would be cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Would that be like French or Italian or something?
Italian, yeah, it's a little Italian. We're
Yeah.
Parmesan. Okay with that. It's the second time we've been to the Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how long have you guys been around? I know Bobby's new.
Yeah.
So is it a new project for everybody, or?
I mean, you could basically say that now, but to backtrack a little bit, it started in 2019 as a three-piece with my brother on drums and our former guitarist Ethan on bass, Ethan Ward. And we started off like that in 2019, ran for like a year, and then things slowed down. We played like, I don't know, 4 shows maybe in that time with a whole different set list of music. And then about fall of 2020, moved Ethan over to guitar, got Josh from our other band, False Alarm at the time, to play bass, who's now in Ignominious. And
Shout out to those boys.
yeah, shout out to the Igno boys. Cody's a former member himself. He helped kickstart that whole thing right there. So yeah, that was the lineup for a while, and that was also kind of like a new band situation because the music was so different. And there's a big hiatus there. We really, like, once again, with that lineup that I mentioned in fall of 2020, released an EP, a single, played probably 5 to 10 shows, and then it was on hiatus. So we've been working this year since April on an album and played 3 or 4 shows. But yeah, I'd say, yeah, I mean, like 2019, but with Cody and Josh since fall of 2020. That's how long it's been around, but it really doesn't feel like it's been around a long time just because of the lack of activity with it, you know?
Right.
And yeah.
The
so-
guys that I jam with, it's kind of the same way. We were getting together. Everybody played in other bands, and then we would just get together at the drummer's house, and we would jam just for fun, you know. And like if we had a barbecue and have some beers or something, we would jam. And then it
Yeah.
was like, well, you know, we should structure it more. And then we're all old people, so we had, you know, kids and all that stuff. And so yeah, it was a big space in between when we played, and then, you know, finally I guess we all got to a point where, like, okay, life has kind of give us a little bit of leeway now, we can kind of go back to it. But we're just kind of an amalgamation of a bunch of other bands that kind of dissipated and fell apart and people quit, and, you know. But sometimes you got to do that to find the right guys, though. I mean,
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Another.
upcoming shows.
Yeah, we got a couple things planned. We have something in Norwalk in April. We're trying to set something up in Cleveland in March, and there's a potential in June. So nothing that we've announced yet. Also, a show in Coshocton. I think that's already been out. Yeah, in April.
All
So
right.
yeah, like I think 2 solids and 2 potentials at this point, but we haven't really put anything out. We're kind of just promoting or teasing the upcoming album that drops on February 27th.
And
Yeah.
Cody, I find drummers' influences interesting. Who are some of your influences?
Well, the Rev is definitely my all-time favorite. Joey Jordison's a big one. Mike Portnoy, Chris Adler from Lamb of God. Those are the mainstays, really.
Nice. Those are pretty good ones.
Yeah.
I was fascinated by drummers because I am the least coordinated person. Like, it's hard for me to run my mouth and brain at the same time.
Yeah.
Let alone, play that many things going on at once where one thing's got to do something and the other thing's got to do something. That's above me. That's why I became singer by default. They were like, well, nobody else wants to do it. So I was like, well, I can't play guitar that good. I definitely can't play drums at all. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I
Bobby,
hate being a vocalist.
What's that?
I said I hate being a vocalist.
Why do
It's
you
just
hate
one of
it?
those things. Well, I just, born and grew up a guitar player, and then the vocal thing was just kind of like, it's easier to just do it myself. I'd sang a little bit, but yeah.
I don't mind being the singer, but I don't like the frontman thing. Like,
Yes.
I don't.
That
You know
too.
what I mean, like we're a band.
Oh,
like,
I
when
hate
you-
it, man.
Like when you play somewhere and they
What's
and
up?
they want
fucking
they
crickets.
Want to pay you or something. They always walk up to me,
Right.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I'm just a guy. I'm just singer, and they're like, oh, well, you're you're in charge. It's
Yeah.
like, no, really, it's a band. Like, we're all in charge.
That's the drummer, dude.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, really,
He
it's a
booked it,
band.
talk to him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I never cared for
Wow.
the whole frontman thing, man. Like
Mm-mm.
my instrument's just me, I suppose. I have the least amount of shit to carry into a gig,
Yeah. When you got a good crowd, it's a lot different, but
Yeah.
when you're playing to, the crowds there are just kind of like listeners, watchers. It gets kind of hard for what we're trying to do, the music we're playing. Sometimes.
Right. I've had a few, I call them oil painting experiences.
Yeah.
They're just trying your damnedest, man. You look out and it's like an oil painting, everybody just staring at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, it's like an
honestly.
oil painting. They're just so still and
Yeah.
motionless. It's like, hello?
Yeah. Is this real?
Have to stick a mirror under your nose, make sure you're still breathing.
Right.
That's funny.
So, what do you, when you're not crushing the world with your metal, what do you like to do for fun? And you can't say play guitar and play drums. You got to do other shit.
Damn it.
That's quite literally all that it is. I don't play
Yeah.
games anymore. I don't really. I mean, my free time is either family or music. So,
You don't fish or hang glide or anything.
no, never been much of a fisher. I think I went a couple times as a kid, in Texas. When I was living down there and never fucking caught anything, so I gave up on it.
Yeah. Around here, everybody's deer hunters or they hunt something. So when I was a kid, I tried it. I was like, I had an uncle. It's like, well, I'll take you. And like for the week prior, they were like, well, don't be disappointed if you don't get one. People go all the time and they don't even see a deer. And I was like, well, that don't sound good. But
Yeah.
I went. I was in the woods. It got daylight. I shot a deer. I was home by like 9 o'clock in the morning.
That's a.
So I didn't
That's a
really. I
good
was just
one.
like, well, what's everybody bitching about? This ain't
Yeah.
that hard, man. Like, I'm
Yeah.
barely awake and I shot one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just, yeah. I just find it interesting because people have different hobbies, like you wouldn't think of. Like, oh, I crochet. Or,
Yeah. I guess I
Cody,
could
what about
say.
you?
Oh, good.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No problem. Cody.
He's thinking, man. He's thinking.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do anything crazy anymore. Play PlayStation a little bit here and there. Mostly I'm just watching TV and stuff. Nothing crazy. Getting a little too old to do some stuff.
Right. Well, come on, man. I'm 50. I'll be 52. I'm like
Hey, please tell him.
fossil.
Cody's convinced he's an old man.
Maybe just have an old soul. Maybe that's what it is.
A little bit.
That sounds better than he's an old
Yeah,
man.
yeah. It's just an old soul.
Yeah, an old soul, poor sucker. That's like when you get to be in your 50s, man. I'm only 51, but the older I get, the more I don't like it when people call me sir. But you guys will get there. Somebody will be like, excuse me, sir, and you'll be like, hey, wait a minute. Yeah. Don't call me that, man. I'm still cool.
I'm still young and.
Right. Okay, so let's see. What can we cover? We talked about influences. What do you guys find your inspiration for riffs, and is it through other things that you've heard and liked, or is it purely organic where you guys just get together and start riffing, or how do you come up with your stuff?
Usually just sitting in front of an amp and jamming. But as far as influences, at this point, it's a little rare that like I'll be listening to music and get inspired. It's more I've become more of a enjoyer of music. But I don't know. It really just depends on how you're feeling. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to write something technical. Sometimes I want to write something that's more moody and emotional. I found that the weather really affects that too. Writing riffs in the summertime versus the winter. And Cody will also come up with little grooves on his own or something like that. And it's usually more across the internet.
Okay.
That hiatus was mainly because I was overseas in Japan. I joined the Air Force. So
Oh, thanks for your service, man.
thank you. And yeah, we just kind of, toss ideas across like that. We used to jam in person back when I was still around before I left. But yeah, it kind of turned into like, over the cloud kind of deal for a while. So, but it's usually been me and Cody. Josh would always throw a little twist to bass lines and stuff with writing. And Ethan was like kind of producer-y a little bit. Like he would come up with like vocal lines or rhythms for vocals and choruses and stuff that was catchy. But usually the songwriting was between me and Cody. Either him starting up with like a drum groove or me coming with an idea and him twisting it all around, blah, blah, blah.
I find it interesting that there's so much of that. Like, you just send somebody like, oh, this is, and then before back in the 1900s, we actually sat in a room with each other, and we were just talking about this with the guys I jam with. It's like now we're so used to like everything that you write, everything that you create is in that headspace. Mm-hmm. So we don't know if we could adjust to the current thing, because if it was a Tuesday night and I get something from my guitar player, it's like, well, I'm not in the same headspace I was when we were at band practice or when,
Right.
you know what I mean? So it's kind of hard. I'm curious about how that works now, because we are always just been like, like we got a gig, we're going through our set list, but then somebody's like, what are you doing? What's that? And then that, that'll mutate. But
Yeah.
I've never done it not organically around
Right.
everybody else.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, we've been kind of doing this recently since I joined the band. Like, Tristan will send over like 3/4 of a full song, and just be like, throw some shit onto this, and I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll try it. And like he's like, I never even thought about taking it in that sort of direction.
Right.
It just kind of, I don't know. It's a really cool creative
It
process.
is. It is. I'm fascinated by it, man. Just because, like I said, I don't know if us geezers could adjust to that. Like, and I don't mean any offense to you guys, but you guys kind of grew up with this technology. Like the guys, the older guys, we always joke around, and be like, imagine if they would have had YouTube
Right.
when we
yeah.
were starting to play music. Like how much we could have learned. Not like even other people's stuff, just help develop our own style, because you have everything at the stroke of a key, and
Yeah.
it fascinates me, the whole. I watched a few during the whole when the flu was going to kill everybody. Remember that? There was like different bands would put a song together where they
Yeah.
would have like a guy in Sri Lanka playing an instrument, and then John Paul Jones would be playing bass, and it was all like a Zoom
Right.
concert, and I just was fascinated by that. I thought that's amazing. Like you
Yeah.
could just have anybody at any time and at your
Just
convenience.
jamming
Yeah.
over the internet. It's insanely hard to set up too. So props to those
Right,
guys.
right.
Yeah.
Well, he's got that Led Zeppelin money. He's all right.
Right. Yeah. You just have somebody to
Yeah,
set
he's
it
not
all up
working.
for him. Yeah.
So, like
Yeah.
I said earlier, man, we don't have a format. So if there's anything that you guys want to talk about, want to kick in about
Yeah. I
Divine
mean,
Threat,
we've got a music video coming out, and a new single. Is that next Friday?
Yep. January 30th.
Yep.
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suffocation's Decree, right?
Yep. And I guess for the podcast watchers, tomorrow you'll see a little teaser. It's pretty horror film-esque, I think.
It's cool.
Nice.
It's very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Really excited to start getting this stuff out, though.
Hmm.
It's been a long time, and excited to start playing shows at Bobby and jamming out. We're going to start getting into person, or getting together in person here pretty soon. Just still working out this little in-ear rig, stuff of that sort.
Locking in the live rig so it sounds nice and
Right.
tight.
Yeah.
And
Trying to
good.
elevate the live performance a little bit, like going back to that frontman thing earlier, having like intro tracks and outro tracks of stuff that we
Right.
can't really play on stage. Like we're not going to bring up a nylon acoustic and an acoustic guitar to play like the intro to Your Own Hatred. That track, but like playing the tracks in between to just let the set flow a little bit better and not be as much silence
Yeah, it
in
adds
between.
depth. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the
Yeah,
goal
that's
right now.
a huge thing too, honestly. Like there's no dead space.
Right.
Like dead air in a set, especially when you're having those oil painting moments. It's
Right,
like-
right. And then if you're
that's the worst thing ever.
yeah, then if
It's the
you're the
Yeah.
singer, then all of a sudden you have to entertain all these people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's like bad for me because I'm kind of an idiot. So I'll say shit.
I agree.
You know?
Same thing here. Yeah.
Especially places like Mahal's playing to nobody.
Oh yeah, the show a couple months ago. Yeah, that was an interesting one.
I think that's why I rushed it so fast because I just wanted it to be over.
Yeah, it was hard. That was a hard one.
So
Yeah.
what's your favorite venue that you've played in, and what's your least? You don't have to. I guess you don't have to name the venues, but do you have a favorite venue that you've played? Like if they called you, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, we're there."
Well, I'll let Cody go on that one. Go first.
Yeah, I
Pretty
mean,
please.
playing with Ignominious and stuff, we played all over Cleveland. We went on a tour across the country for 16 days, but I'd say the Foundry in Cleveland's always been my favorite place to play.
I've heard of that place. Yeah.
Is it the original though, or the new one?
I've only played at the original, but
Original
that
a good
was
spot.
a great venue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Divine Threat was supposed to play there in the end of 2021 with Assault and Zoe, but yeah, COVID canceled that show, so I never got to
had
play at
tickets to
that.
By the way, I was supposed
Really?
to- I did. I did.
Wow.
I had tickets to that. That was going to be my first time seeing you guys.
There's some
How
Bobby
crazy is
lore
that?
because I think, when we released that EP back in 2021, I'm pretty sure, did you find us from an ad? One of the ads we
Yeah.
ran?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I found these guys from an ad on Instagram. Like if you're scrolling through like stories or something like that, and it'll show you an ad for something that's related to something that you like. And
Right.
I'm a huge Silosis fan, and I think the single and video that they had out at the time was Undying, a song called Undying.
Yeah.
And it sounded just like Silosis to me. Like I heard it, I'm like, this is crazy. This is sick. And I looked at the profile and I was like, wait, these guys are from Ohio? What? That's wild. But yeah. So I've been jamming these guys for a good 5 years. That's crazy.
That's a really
Yeah.
good compliment, man. When people say like they're from Ohio and they're no, I mean being sincere, that is a really good compliment, man. Like,
Yeah.
because like you hear something and you think, oh well, they got to be from like
Right.
California
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Sweden or
Exactly.
whatever.
Yeah.
and then-
Europe. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're
some
like,
crazy.
what? Cleveland?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. First time I heard Silosis, it was like Servitude off the Dormant Heart album. I thought they were American. I also thought they played in like Drop C or something like that. So once I found out they were from the UK and they played in standard tuning at the time, I was like, holy hell. It's crazy.
It's funny how your ears sometimes will play tricks on you. Like I never
Yep.
knew that "Money" by Pink Floyd, the bass line is drop D, but I don't think the guitars are. I think it's just
What?
the bass is in drop D. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Huh. I believe
Yeah.
they do something
Yeah,
weird
and
like
the
that.
Allman Brothers, Midnight Riders in drop D. Yeah,
Wow.
Huh.
so yeah. Sometimes your ear will just screw you, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow.
There's that dead air you were talking
Yep.
about, man.
Airplane
Thinking
food, what's
about
up with that?
Allman Brothers and Pink Floyd now.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, man, I'm kind of like
Dun.
ADD, adult ADD.
I just usually go silent when tunings are brought up. I don't play in tunings.
Yeah, he plays in sounds and stuff. Do, 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 do.
I go, what can I beat the shit out of right now?
Right.
Yeah.
So, when you just recently joined,
Mm-hmm.
and you went from bass
Yeah.
to guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of already know the answer to that. Was it an easy transition for you, or was
Yeah,
it?
oh yeah. Since I already played guitar more than I played bass, yeah, it was
Right.
painless.
And Cody, have you always played drums? Have you ever dabbled with another instrument, or?
I have never touched another instrument. My fingers do not
That's a
work
lie,
correctly.
dude. Every time he comes to my house, he puts my guitar's lefty and starts
Yeah, he shreds,
slapping them and
actually.
smacking them
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah,
Don't let
I
him
slap
fool you.
them. I
Cody
play drums
shreds.
on a guitar.
Wouldn't it totally piss you off though if your drummer's like, "Hey, can I see it?" And then he was like,
Ugh.
"And Tristan, have you ever played drums? You ever
Yeah.
bagpipes, harmonica, anything?"
Oh, nothing like that, but
Uh,
definitely. I messed around with the drums for a while. I love playing drums actually, and bass and guitar kind of. I guess it depends on the genre, but in metal, I would say the line between bass and guitar is pretty thin. But yeah, drums. I play with drums a little bit.
yeah,
He's actually pretty good. Don't let him fool you.
nice.
But I'm not a drummer though. I can like mess around, but definitely not like an actual drummer. I didn't do all the practice necessary and sitting there playing a backbeat or whatever for however long.
We get some fun back and forths.
Oh yeah. We'll do like a psychosocial breakdown. That Avenged Sevenfold song. I don't know what it is with the double ride. The diggity
Almost easy.
Yeah.
We were talking about me and the guys were talking about Avenged Sevenfold, and my bass player, he nailed it. He was like, "I love them, they're great, but they could take the riffs from one song and write 3 really badass songs. It's like there's almost too much stuff. Like you
Yeah,
know,
it's pretty busy stuff.
but they do it well. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very well structured, and
Yeah.
and then it kind of clicked. I was like, yeah, there's like 17 guitar riffs in one song.
Yeah.
A lot of parts. Yeah. So what would surprise you if you pulled up to a stoplight, man, and you were listening to something that's not heavy? What would you be listening to? That would surprise people.
Cody, first up. I already go for it, Cody.
I mean, I get into some country and stuff, some classic rock, all that. I do listen to Wheeler Walker Jr. though.
Wow, dude.
I would say I like scores. So you know that 2003 Hulk, that movie, the score
No
for that track.
way.
Danny Elfman, or maybe some Electric Light Orchestra, A New World record. I love that record. And it's probably I love metal, but as far as just like an album front to back, despite the genre, A New World record by Electric Light Orchestra is probably, top 3 album for me of all time.
How about that? What's a top 5 albums of all time?
For anything, any genre.
Yeah, we'll go with anything.
Oh, dude, I'm just gonna say the Pantera 5 albums, Cowboys from Hell, but we're just playing Power 500. Okay, I'll say I can't list them in order, but I'll go Far Beyond Driven, Iowa, Dormant Heart, A New World record, Electric Light Orchestra, and one more. How about Once Human, Evolution?
What is that?
You remember Logan. I do not know how to say his last name. Logan from Machine Head, though.
Okay.
Logan. He also produced, or maybe he was the sound engineer for Way of All Flesh for Gojira. He, I think, plays bass or guitar in this band, but the vocalist name is Lauren. It's a female-fronted band, but they're like a death metal kind of thing, but also with
Enemy
like
type
groove. I wouldn't say Arch Enemy. There's almost like a Meshuggah element to it, and really like the guitars and just the grooves that they come up with. The Evolution album. I'm gonna verify real quick just to make sure. Once Human, Evolution. Let's see what pulls up.
I'm like racking through my brain now for 5 albums, and I don't even. Oh man, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
gonna be a tough one.
It's Evolution by Once Human.
I'll have to check
Good ass
that one
album.
out.
Yeah, no,
that
they're
sounds
pretty
interesting.
underrated in my opinion.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it. What about you, Cody?
I mean, gotta go with Avenged Sevenfold self-titled, then Nightmare, City of Evil, and actually I'll just give you 6 and go the Fever and the Poison by Bullet, and then Fall of Ideals by All That Remains. I'm not a big
Man.
album listener. I'm bad about it.
All ripping albums. Those are all crazy albums.
What's your 5, Bobby?
Man, And Justice for All by Metallica.
With or without bass.
Unfortunately, without
Justice
the
for
bass.
Jason.
Unfortunately,
The
without
original,
the
then.
yeah, the original, yeah. And Justice for Jason is really good though.
Yeah.
Man, Symbolic by Death.
Oh yeah.
Mm, man, we'll go Cycle of Suffering by Silosis. That's a yeah. He's got the shirt on.
You just saw that, man.
In Waves by Trivium.
Good one.
And The Blackening by Machine Head.
Oh
I
yeah.
seen Machine Head on accident one time.
Really?
Yeah, I went to Ozfest the year they had the riot, where Ozzy, it was like back in the 1900s, when Ozzy was sick and he couldn't play, and
Oh.
Typo Negative played Pantera and Marilyn Manson, and at the end they come out and said, okay, Ozzy's sick, he can't play, so they all
man.
came out and played Black Sabbath songs, and it was
That's still
that was really
sick.
cool.
Yeah.
But when we got there was bands playing, and we're like, well, we'll go up and get our spot on the grass, and we sat there and we watched this band, and they come out, and I guess they were kind of new because they were early in the day, and it was Machine Head, and they put on a hell of a show, and they were super duper tight, and we were all like, man, who are these guys? Like,
What year was this? Was this actually in the 90s?
94, 95 maybe?
What?
No, it was probably later than that, man. Maybe it was in the 90s. It was like late 90s.
So this is like Burn My Eyes era
Like
Machine Head, probably.
I just gathered
Oh.
they were new
Or-
because they played like it was still daylight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man, that's like
Well,
Burn
that-
My Eyes or
I think
The
their
More
album-
Things Change, maybe.
Their album Neurosis,
That's a
Oh,
band.
Neurosis.
or that they played too. Then it
Yeah.
was them and then Machine Head.
That's
and then,
crazy. Man.
Yeah, it was like totally on accident. Like I didn't know
That's
who they were
crazy.
till like a few years later, and then everybody was like, "Oh yeah, these guys are," and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I seen them guys." Yeah.
That's wild.
Well, my 5 would
Wow.
probably be Houses of Holy, Led Zeppelin, Holy Diver, Dio,
Mm.
Facelift, or Dirt by Alice
Oh.
in Chains.
Look,
I was
bro.
gonna say- yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got the dirt cover.
Oh yeah,
tattoo.
yeah.
I should
That's
have
awesome.
put some Alice in Chains in there, man. I
Yeah, I'm
forgot.
surprised you
Those are
didn't.
2 I could have threw in too.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many great. Probably Van Halen, 1984, Diver Down, one of those albums. I'm old though. That's
Oh, those are classics, all-time
Yeah.
classics.
And the best engineered song that I think I've ever heard mix wise is "Riders on the Storm" by the Doors.
Oh yeah.
Great
Dude,
song.
when that song came, you have to look at the year
Love
it
the
came
Doors.
out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there are so many layers of that song.
That's
it's like,
true,
If
yeah.
you took the thunderstorm part out of the song,
Mm-hmm.
it would still be a great song. But that it just makes that song up. It's
Man,
weird.
that's a good point.
Dude,
Very,
Jim
very
Morrison
well done,
was
man.
very metal.
Yeah, it's so many layers in
Yeah.
that stuff, man. The Beach Boys, I'm not a Beach Boys fan because I don't know their music, but they had an album called Pet Sounds.
Okay.
That for that time, everybody was just blown away because they never had. He didn't do overdubs and he didn't stack things, and you know, it
Yeah.
was like way ahead of its time. Like Riders on the Storm.
That's crazy.
That song is just probably that or Shine On by Pink Floyd. Shine On You Crazy Diamond. That song's amazing too.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm
This is
100 years
crazy.
old.
Man.
But I think all that stuff it translates though. You know, like you could go to a recording studio like when we went when they would kind of like, okay, you guys are similar to this band. Say we had a song that was kind of similar to Alice in Chains, then back then they would make your production level, they would try to match it with
Yeah.
that album. So it didn't make you sound like Alice in Chains, but it gave you the same oomph on the guitars and
Yeah.
and the compression on the vocals and like they had. You know, so it ended up back, like I said, back then in the 1900s, that was pretty cool shit. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
You're
for
like,
sure.
wow.
Yeah, that's one thing I'll point out with Driston and Cody and Josh and everything. When they recorded this upcoming album, they did it all like raw and authentic. Like everything is like all legit drums, real drums. They mic'd everything up. They mic'd up the cabs for the reamps, everything like that. Like, I mean, a lot of the stuff just because of, I guess, necessity
Right.
and money and time and everything like that. There's a lot of digital stuff just to save on time and money and everything. But man, these guys went all out and recorded live drums, live guitars. I mean, it sounds really, really good. Driston did you do the mixing and the mastering or just the mixing?
Both.
So you did it. I was going to ask you. So you guys do it on your own? You didn't rent studio time or anything? You just
Recorded it in my mom's basement.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds damn good. And I can say that because I wasn't in the band at the time.
Was it super hard to get separation on everything? Because that's the biggest thing when we would try to do home recordings. It's the separation. There's so much bleed over.
Yeah. So mic bleed and everything. That's where the technology comes into play with recording real drums now. Is like there's a lot of plugins that do a whole lot better of a job than just like a regular gate.
Right.
I think of Black Salt Audio, Silencer, FabFilter Saturn also has like, I learned that from Nolly online, big producer in the metal world, but you can use that to cut out the bleed and everything like that. But it gets tough doing real drums because, you want that impact like
Right.
100% of the time. And sometimes, it doesn't work out like that. And also to mention Cody was working nights at that time.
Yeah, I
So
was
sometimes
dead
there's
every time.
inconsistencies between like his playing. Like sometimes he had like a really good day and other times it was not good. Like I think we recorded 4 or 5 songs until I was finally like, all right, cut, let's restart. Because they just weren't up to par, so we had to go back and do it again. And glad we did.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's a bold move to just be like, no, this ain't
Yeah,
this ain't
seriously.
gelling, man. This ain't it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Because you don't,
Yeah.
there comes a point where you don't want to crush somebody else's creativity, but you don't crush
Right.
your own either. You know,
Right.
like because we've probably all been in situations where you're feeling it, and then somebody else is like, I don't think that's it, man.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to be like, well, I trust your judgment, or I wouldn't
Exactly.
be here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not hard for me to trust Tristan's judgment with everything.
Thanks.
That's right.
The guy knows what he's doing. I can't argue with
Yeah,
it.
he does. He does. For sure.
try.
Yeah.
That's cool though, man. You gotta let the bass player be the bass player. The drummer plays drums. Thank God my bass player speaks drummer, so the rhythm section works. You know what I mean? They talk the same language, and we all do. We're all translators for everybody else,
Right.
kind of in a sense.
Yeah. Yeah. We definitely could have, went the route that a lot of other bands are going now with. And we've done that in previous releases too, like the Primordial EP. We did record it with real drums off the bat, but the quality of the mic we had wasn't as good, and Cody's kit wasn't as good either at the time that he had. So the recordings kind of turned out useless. But once we got the right microphones, I got real preamps. It's Yamaha MLA8 and a little tube channel preamp and blah blah blah. Once we got all that stuff, though, it really improved the quality of everything to where we were actually able to use what we had recorded and not sample replace stuff.
Right.
So, yeah, that's what we did in the past. Kept the overheads and the room mics, but replaced all the shells.
Yeah, the technology, it just fascinates me, man. Like,
It's pretty wild.
used to have a whole van full of shit to go to a show, and now it's like everything fits in my wife's car, and it's like the recording. Like we monkey around with BandLab, just that free app, and if we got an idea or we want to just before the acoustic project that I'm doing, I've used it. I haven't used it with the full band, but it's good to lay down ideas and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
that just blows me away. The fact that I can stick a center mic in my basement and make sure my air conditioner doesn't kick on and get a pretty decent recording, what I mean? As long as, like I say, you make sure the furnace don't kick on or dehumidifier ain't running.
Yeah.
And, you eliminate all that buzz. But that's why I was talking about separation. My guitar player plays a Taylor guitar, and it's so hot that it was picking up my vocals. So when I would single out his guitar track, there would be just a hint of my vocals in with it that I couldn't get rid of.
Wow.
Let's get some
yeah,
Stone Temple Pilots recording.
Well, that's pretty common too. Like of the old, like you talk about the Doors. There's this old website a long time ago that had all the stems or like the multi tracks of these songs that were on Guitar Hero and Rock Band and everything like that. And I actually pulled up one of the Doors, one of those tracks, and you could like listen to the isolated stuff, and like it has the label guitar, drums, but you can actually hear a lot of the other instruments bleeding into those tracks to create that full sound that it had. So I mean, we went like isolated. We record drums and then guitars. Like we didn't do like live recording. So that's a problem that you'll run into, but I think it's not really frowned upon if you're going to record as a band for like there to be bleed in some of the instruments and everything.
Right. But I guess the only downfall I found is like if I wanted to like stack or stagger his guitar, like say he's playing out of, a certain kind of cabinet and then have another cabinet sound, like stack the guitars, then it sounded weird because of that bleed over. It like doubled that too. Or when I would add an effect to it, it added that effect to that bleed over, and it was weird.
You're just hearing that a little bit in the
Right.
back end.
Right.
Yeah.
But like I said, that was just, like with a center mic in the room and trying to be as, quiet as possible. Because I guess we weren't like marketing it, but we were just trying to use it for reference kind of a thing.
Right.
Even then, it was like, this is freaking amazing. Like
Yeah.
before it was just almost impossible, especially like live shit.
Yeah.
Like if you get a good live recording, 20 years ago, you probably paid a pretty penny for somebody to
sure.
come in and do it,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I guess I asked this question of everybody, and it's not music related, and you can decide who wants to answer first. If you had to pick a superpower, and your choices were flight or invisibility, which one would you pick, and why would you pick it, and would you use that for good or evil? And evil is very subjective. It's mischievous, fun, not like, killing people evil. But there's no judgment. I mean, you can pick whatever you want. If you want to pick to kill people evil. I mean,
You want to go first, Cody? Or Bobby, maybe?
I think Bobby go first.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the same answer that I had the first time and say power of flight, just so I could get to and from places super quick.
right? Be at the gig.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I was leaning towards flight. Invisibility just sounds like, a lot of trouble coming your way.
It could.
I'd say flight. Be cooler. Can be like Spyro the dragon, fly around and stuff, or
It's pretty
do
sick.
something like that.
And would you use it for good or evil?
I don't know if I would. I'd probably just use it for convenience. Good. I definitely wouldn't be doing anything evil if I could fly. I'd be afraid of an F-15 or F-22 coming to take me down if I was doing it for evil.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
Cody?
I'd probably go flight. Invisibility, I'm pretty good at staying hidden already. So
All those drums. Yeah, you're shouting about all those drums.
I just cage myself in. You can't see me on stage.
Covers up behind the cymbals.
But
Just
I
a
drive
head
an
of
hour to Cleveland every weekend, so it's like flight would be great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, the first guests that I had on were a band called the Filthy Heathens, and they sound like they could be death metal. Now that I think about it. But Bronson, the singer, he decided that he would pick flight, and as one of the aspects of flight, he could fly up so high that you couldn't see him. So technically, he would harness invisibility and flight. And I
That's a
just
great
thought
answer.
Yeah, I thought that was the best answer so far.
It's clever.
He might like pass out or something though, right? He's like low
I
oxygen
guess
up
if
there.
you're going to suspend disbelief that you can fly, there's no limit.
Okay.
That is a pretty good answer, though.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, wow, who'd have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk?
Well, hey guys, anything you guys want to plug? You got merch? Is there
Soon.
Spotify? Anything like that?
Yeah, I'd say
Where can they find your stuff?
if you just follow us on the social medias, Instagram, Facebook, we have a link in our bio, our link tree that gets you to everything you need to know. We also have a mailing list that we're pushing. With the algorithm on social media, posts can get lost and stuff from the people you follow. So if you sign up to our mailing list, we're pretty good about telling you when things are coming out. And we're going to be, throwing up the merch here pretty soon. We're working on all that. Music videos, everything like that. But biggest announcement is the music video next Friday and an upcoming album, Pillar of Agony, February 27th. It's really metal.
It's
It's
very
real.
good.
It's real.
Real.
Real guitar tones. Real drums captured in the basement. You can't get the tones because they're captured horribly in the basement.
There's no pedal that says basement tone that you can.
Yeah.
But there could
Yeah.
be that you guys can have that one. Market that.
Try
Yeah.
replicating this quad cortex.
Yeah.
Oh, what on that song? What was that effect you used on your guitar? Oh, that was the air conditioner kicked on.
Yeah.
The only thing I would change
me
is
and,
my
me
snare
and Bobby
tone.
have talked about the names of bands. Divine Threat. I think that's cool. But we've talked about the ones that are like the mutilated corpse and
Mutilation barbecue.
or
That's
Oh, yeah.
dying fetus. Yeah.
Yeah, dying.
Whenever I
Yeah.
see something on, because you spoke about the algorithm. Once anything dying fetus comes up, I just send it to Bobby. I'm just like, he's gonna love this. I
do
like
I
dying fetus.
don't even know what. Half the time, I don't even know what I'm sending you. I just see dying fetus. I'm gonna send that to Bobby. The names I just find them so like they fit.
pretty
They
wild.
really do fit.
Yeah. Think about Five Finger Death Punch. If you just really think about that band name, there's no bar to success with any band name, I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm almost
Then you can-
positive I met their bass player at Sweetwater a month ago.
Oh, is he the one that's in the Psychosexual too, or whatever that other side project is? Or was that the drummer?
That I don't know. I think it's the drummer.
Yeah, I think it is the drummer.
But didn't
That
the singer
band
have,
is
like, a
crazy.
meltdown or something where he was like told the crowd that his mom was dying and she wasn't dying and.
That's Ivan Moody, the vocalist, I believe.
Yeah. Isn't it funny that he's kind of a moody guy and that's his last name? Like, you don't know who you're getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, hey guys, again, thank you very much for doing this. We really appreciate you. Look forward to seeing you when at the studio here?
April.
April.
25th, right?
25th.
It's between the
think.
first and last day, folks. So if you look it up on Studio 170,
It is April
We pride ourselves on being prepared.
Yeah, 25th.
April 25th here
Awesome.
at the studio.
It's a
Hey,
Saturday
I don't have dementia
and
yet.
it's free.
yeah,
Free show on a Saturday.
What more do you have to do in Coshocton on Saturday?
Right,
April
right.
25th.
Right, there's
Come
no
check
cows
it
to
out.
tip. It's too cold.
Yeah.
But before
Yeah.
I forget, I want to give a shout out to Studio 117, of course. Mickey Smith, he's the one that makes all this happen for us and lets us use this space. Thank Locals Barbershop, Jay and Brandon and Aaron, Kobe, all those guys, great people. If I know Cody probably doesn't know what a, don't want a haircut, but if you ever do, Cody, they're great barbers, man. They'll hook you up, take a little bit off the ends.
Took me 2 years
My
to
wife,
get
the
this.
Crazy Cake Lady, 119 South 6th Street. I think that's it, man. But yeah, thanks, guys. We really
Yeah.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you for
Yeah,
having
thanks
us.
for having
I
us.
appreciate it.
Yeah, have a good night.
Yeah. You too. Peace.